Ensemble, nous formons les piliers de notre communauté. Et c'est en unissant nos efforts que nous pourrons faire avancer l'intégration régionale, renforcer la stabilité, favoriser le développement durable et bâtir une croissance partagée. Aujourd'hui, dimanche 17 août, journée de la SADC, nous célébrons ensemble le 45e anniversaire de notre communauté régionale. C'est aussi l'occasion de mesurer le chemin parcouru, de saluer nos progrès et aussi de réfléchir ensemble aux défis à venir. Aussi, je formule le souhait que ce 45e sommet des chefs d'État et de gouvernement de la SADC soit un tournant déterminant pour la réalisation de notre vision commune. Que nos échanges soient guidés par notre ambition collective et notre volonté ferme à développer une Afrique australe à l'image de notre peuple, dynamique, jeune et engagé. Que notre unité s'illumine dans notre diversité. Vive l'Afrique et longue vie à la SADC. Je vous souhaite un excellent sommet à toutes et à tous. Je vous remercie de votre attention.
President of the Republic of Madagascar, for warmly welcoming us to this summit. We will now going to listen to a statement from His Excellency Mahmoud Ali Yusuf, Chairperson of the African Union Commission, who is unable to join us physically, but he has graciously shared a video message for this occasion. Shall we have the message on screen? Thank you.
Your Excellency Emerson Mbuso Gambwa, President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, the Chairperson of SADC, Your Excellency as heads of state and government, honorable ministers, honorable executive secretary of SADC, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen. Allow me to express my sincere appreciation for the opportunity to address this 45th Ordinary Summit of the heads of state and government of the Southern African Development Community. At a moment when regional unity and shared purpose are more important than ever. This theme resonates not only with the aspirations of the SADC region, but also aligns seamlessly with the African Union Agenda 2063, which envisions an integrated, prosperous and peaceful Africa, driven by its own citizens and representing a dynamic force in the global arena. Industrialization is not merely an economic strategy, it is a political imperative. For too long, Africa has exported raw materials and imported poverty. The time has come to reverse this trend. We must build robust regional value chains, support small and medium enterprises, and leverage the power of the African continental free trade area to scale production, innovation, and intra-African trade. I commend SADC's efforts in driving regional infrastructure development and fostering industrial policies that prioritize value addition and technology. Let us continue to integrate our markets and harmonize standards, allowing African-made goods to compete effectively both within and beyond our country. Agricultural transformation is therefore essential not only to feed our people, but to empower our rural communities and create sustainable jobs. I urge SADC member states to invest in climate-smart agriculture, expand access to extension services and enhance agro-processing industries. Let us also prioritize youth and women in agribusiness, ensuring inclusivity in our rural economies. The global shift towards renewable energy presents both challenge and a tremendous opportunity for Africa. The SADC region, endowed with vast solar, wind, hydro, and critical mineral resources, is uniquely positioned to lead just energy transition. This transition must not be imposed, it must be shaped by African priorities. As we transition, we must ensure that no country or community is left behind. Our approach must be pragmatic, balancing sustainability with the urgent need for energy access and industrial development. The African Union remains committed to supporting SADC and all regional economic communities, mobilizing climate finance, fostering regional power pools, and promoting clean, reliable, and affordable energy. Africa stands at a crossroads, inclusive and sustainable development. The African Union Commission remains a committed partner for SADC in this journey. Together, let us make the vision of a resilient, industrialized, food secure, and energy efficient SADC a reality for generations to come. I thank you.
Thank you. We extend our sincere appreciation to the chairperson of the African Union Commission for those insightful remarks. Your Majesty, Your Excellencies, the SADC family warmly welcomes the heads of state and governments that are participating at the ordinary SADC summit for the first time following their receipt and assumption of office. These esteemed leaders will now deliver their maiden addresses, marking their inaugural contribution to our collective regional dialogue and shared vision. I now humbly invite to the podium Advocate Duma Gideon Boko, the President of the Republic of Botswana, to deliver his maiden speech. Shall we please give him a welcome to the podium?
Thank you very much. Let me greet and recognize each and every one of you individually and personally. Let me appreciate in a special way
de manière très spécifique
His Majesty, the King of Eswatini,
le roi de l'Eswatini,
King Mswati,
le roi Swati III.
Let me also recognize our host,
notre hôte,
the President of Madagascar,
Monsieur le Président de la République de Madagascar,
André Rajoelina, and thank him for the warm hospitality he has extended to all of us
qu'il nous a réservé à nous
since
en fait depuis
our arrival
notre
on the
arrivée
East Shores.
dans son territoire.
The President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, current chair, outgoing chair,
Président sortant
SADC,
de la SADC,
President Emerson
son Excellence
Dambuzo
Président
Mnangagwa,
Emerson Mnangagwa,
fellow heads of state and government
chefs d'État et de gouvernement
who are gracing
qui
this event today,
sont présents à cet événement aujourd'hui.
leaders,
Chers leaders,
representatives,
les représentants
heads of state,
des chefs d'État,
ministers
des ministres,
who are here,
honorables ministres qui sont ici,
the executive secretary
honorable
of
secrétaire
SADC,
exécutif de la SADC,
Mr.
Monsieur
Elias Mbedi,
Elias Marossi,
esteemed invited guests,
distingués invités,
ladies
mesdames et
and
messieurs,
gentlemen. We gather here
nous
today
rassemblons ici aujourd'hui
as bearers of
en tant
the
que
flame,
porteurs de la flamme,
a flame handed to us by our forebears,
par nos prédécesseurs,
who charted this path long before some of us could care
avant
account.
que nous tous ici puissions continuer cette
Relayed this flame across
ce
generations,
flamme-là à travers des générations,
handed it to us for us to
donné pour que nous puissions
steward, so we can hand it to generations yet to come.
aux générations à venir.
The voices of these forebears continue to echo through the tunnels of time
Continuer à travers les tunnels
as both inspiration and guide
d'inspiration vont
to
guider
all of
à
us.
nous tous.
They inspire,
Ils sont des sources
they
d'inspiration.
spoke,
Ils parlent,
they enacted examples,
ont montré des exemples,
they pointed the
ils ont
way,
montré le chemin,
they laid open a whole spectrum of possibilities,
vers des voies de possibilités,
and
d'opportunités.
were worthy guides
Et ils étaient méritants
to our region
par rapport à notre
and
région
to our continent.
et pour notre continent.
We recognize, we love them so.
On les aime bien.
We appreciate the contribution
On
that they
apprécie
made,
leur
one and
contribution
all.
un par un.
I also appreciate
J'aimerais aussi apprécier
the second edition
la
to that worthy cohort
édition
of women presidents on the African continent, in particular our region,
notamment dans
SADC
notre région,
region,
la région de la SADC.
as I warmly
Comme je vais chaleureusement
recognize the
reconnaître
President of the
la
Republic of
présidente
Namibia.
de la République de Namibie, Son Excellence Madame la Présidente de la République de Namibie.
And thank the Namibian
J'aimerais
people
remercier la Namibie et son peuple
for giving us this leader.
donné ce leader-là, cette
I
leader.
hope and trust
Et j'espère et j'ai
that
confiance
she brings a feminine touch,
à ramener cette
a touch of compassion and deep care
de passion et de soin
to a region
approfondie à une région
facing
qui font
pressing,
face
persistent and
pression
trenchant
persistante et aussi
challenges.
des défis tranchants.
I carry the responsibility of leading
La responsabilité
the country of
le
Botswana,
pays de Botswana,
whose democracy faced
démocratie,
its most serious test yet
ce test le plus sérieux
in the epic election of October 2024
octobre 2024
that saw a
qui
party that had been in power for 58 years,
sont fondés depuis
certain of its success at the polls,
54 ans,
assured of victory in every sense and respect,
les sens de respect,
going into that election
en allant dans cette élection
and losing spectacularly.
dans ce sens de manière
Difficult moments that faced
difficile
the then president.
par le président à l'époque.
What would he do
Qu'est-ce qu'il
at that moment?
fait à ce moment-là?
Would he hand over peacefully,
qu'il allait
and avoid strife and controversy?
enfin, se soumettre de manière
Or would he cling on to her
la guerre et
and negate every tenet of democracy?
chaque éternité de démocratie.
That was the difficult question facing
difficile en fait auquel
President
la
Masisi
présidence Massis a fait face
of the Republic of Botswana
de Botswana.
on the 30th of October morning
Le matin
of the 1st of November.
du 1er novembre,
He had to make a call.
faire lancer un appel,
He had to decide
de décider
whether to plunge the country into chaos
faire plonger le pays dans le chaos,
or to entrench its claims
réclamer
and cement
et
its
cimenter
metal and worth as a vibrant democracy. He made the call,
de la démocratie vibrante. Donc il a fait
and
cet
he
appel
handed over power
et il a transmis le
peacefully,
pouvoir de manière paisible,
seamlessly.
de manière pacifique.
I am much in his debt
J'imagine en fait
for that brave and courageous decision that he took
décision très brave et courageuse qu'il a
that fateful night.
cette nuit-là.
And he communicated in no uncertain terms. He said to me,
Il m'a dit en fait,
the count is still on.
compte,
It looks you are
et
winning.
il paraît que
I want to give you my solemn assurance
gagner et je vais
that if it continues like
le
this,
pouvoir. Et si ça continue comme ça,
I will readily concede.
je serai être prêt à concéder.
These are words we would like to hear uttered in similar circumstances across the breadth and dimensions of the African continent.
À travers le continent africain en fait ces mots.
And if there is no inspiration, let Botswana be your guiding star, and others who trod in this path before us, so that we cement and entrench the democratic credentials of not just the Southern African tip of the African continent, but the rest of the continent. We've recast the contours of democracy and the democratic space.
En fait, tous les contours de l'espace démocratique en Afrique.
There was no democratic malfunction. Let there be no democratic malfunction anywhere on the African continent. Let us focus our collective attention on wrestling with the challenges that bedevil our continent. We've seen when the rough winds of circumstance demonstrated to us the challenge that faces multilateralism in today's world. We've seen how over-reliance on trade with certain powers of the world has rendered us so fatally vulnerable that we are now dependent on their mood swings. They determine what happens on the African continent. And this is because we've allowed ourselves to fall into a trap of self-loathing, where we've hated not just ourselves but our neighbors on the African continent. We've refused, we've been reluctant to trade with each other, to see and recognize each other's worth. We've come to that point, that inflection point in our history, when we must recognize that we need each other. We need each other desperately as African countries, as Africans. We must reach out. We must reach out across barriers, across boundaries, across barricades, and find each other, and lean on each other, and hold each other by the hand, as we strengthen, deepen intra Africa trade. That's our only means of survival.
Notre seul moyen de survie actuel.
We've spoken on this.
Parler de ça.
There's been a lot of political rhetoric
De rhétorique
around these issues.
à ces questions-là.
We are at that point
Maintenant, nous arrivons à ce point
where words must now translate into tangible deliverables.
livrables.
Hundreds of thousands of our citizens across the breadth and length
Citoyens à travers
of the African continent
africaine
are still caught in the hellish death grip of poverty and unemployment.
prison de pauvreté et de
Africa is in distress. It is calling out to each and every one of us.
tout le monde, à nous tous.
That cry of distress is a call to the rescue.
Appel de détresse.
And we must rise here and now
Maintenant, pour
and into the future.
maintenant, il faut réagir maintenant
and respond
et répondre
to that cry
à cet appel, à ce
of
cri de
distress.
détresse.
And so
Et donc,
we are here today
ici aujourd'hui,
to carve pathways
cimenter
from the
foi,
inalterable circumstances of our existence.
à partir de cette circonstance
Then appreciation
dans laquelle nous vivons,
that the institutions,
et que les institutions,
the ways in which we've organized ourselves are routinized and are collectivized as stylized modes of behavior
à partir de tous les
must give way
il faut
to transformative,
ça vers
radical
une réforme
progressive
transformative, radicale,
ideas
avec des idées
and actions.
qui nous mènent vers des actions
And
de
with those
progression.
few
Et ces
feeble words,
quelques mots
let me exhort the whole SADC
va
and indeed
toute la
the whole of the African continent
tous les continents africains
to action.
vers l'action.
Thank you so very much for the privilege of your
De ce privilège
company here
d'être parmi nous ici
and the pleasure
et le plaisir
of your kind attention.
votre
Thank you so
attention
very
aimable.
much.
Merci beaucoup.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Excellence, Monsieur le Président,
Advocate Duma Gideon Boko, President of the Republic of Botswana.
Président de la République de Botswana.
The next maiden statement
Le prochain
will be by His Excellency Mr. Daniel Francisco Chapo, President of the Republic of Mozambique. Shall we welcome him to the podium?
Majestade Rei
Your Majesty King Fuati III,
Sua Excelência
Your Excellency
Dr. Emerson Mnangagwa,
Dr. Emerson
Presidente em exercício
Mnangagwa,
SADC,
Acting
Presidente da República do Zimbábue,
President of SADC and President of the
Sua
Republic of Zimbabwe,
Excelência André
Your Excellency
Rajoelina,
Andre
Presidente da
Rajoelina,
República
the
Madagascar,
President of the Republic
Presidente
of
da
Madagascar,
SADC,
and the incoming
Sua Excelência
SADC
Samia
Chair,
Suluhu Hassan, Presidente
Her
cessante do órgão,
Excellency
Cooperação
Samia
nas áreas de
Usua
política, defesa e
Salan,
segurança da SADC,
Chair of the SADC
Presidente da
Organ on
República
Cooperation
da Tanzânia,
on Politics, Defense and Security,
Senhor Vice-Presidente,
represented here by
Sua Excelência Chefe
the
de
Vice
Estado,
President, Your Excellencies,
da SADC,
Heads of State and Government
Sua Excelência
of SADC in attendance, Your Excellency Elias Magosi, the SADC Executive Secretary,
Ministros, Sua
Honorable
Excelências, minhas
Ministers,
senhoras,
Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen.
é com imensa
It is
satisfação
with a great deal of
que iniciamos a nossa
satisfaction
intervenção
that I start
expressando o
this
nosso
statement,
agradecimento
starting by expressing my gratitude to Your Excellency, Mr. President, and to the people of Madagascar for the welcome and hospitality extended to us since our arrival in this beautiful city of Antananarivo. We'd also like to congratulate Your Excellency for hosting this summit, which is your personal commitment as President of the Republic of Madagascar in strengthening our regional interaction. Therefore, we'd like to say thank you very much. Merci beaucoup. Muito obrigado. The theme for this summit, wisely chosen by Your Excellency, Mr. President André Rajoelina, brings together three strategic areas with potential to promote economic development of our SADC countries, and is included in the collective effort with a view to expedite the regional integration agenda in our continent. Your Excellencies, it is for me a great honor to take part for the first time in an ordinary session of this highest forum of the SADC leaders. This is an organization that is increasingly imposing due to its cohesion at level of region, solidarity, common responsibility. The challenges faced by our region by taking proactive measures towards the prosperity of its region. These progresses are due to a wise leadership and strategic vision that leads us into a SADC likely to meet the expectations of its people. Hence, I'm certain that this is a sublime stage, and I have the